everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Soup Bowl. I am your host, Renee Murdoch, where we talk about how to lead our lives. Things get messy when you get into the Soup Bowl. No topic is off the table when we're sitting down and just discussing life and how we're handling it, how we're going through it, and how to do it better, possibly, right? So, hey, we've been on vacation and it's been needed a vacation from the vacation, right? A vacation from the Super Bowl, but vacation not from my responsibilities in life. So I was like, I need a vacation. And you know how like you're like, man, I can't wait till I get out this month, right? And then you get out that month and then you get into another month and you're like, man, I can't wait till I get out of this month. And then you're like, man, okay. So then that's how you know you truly need a vacation. And a vacation is not something that consists of you going on a work trip. That is not vacation. Vacation is not you going to a conference. That is not vacation. Vacation is when you actually go off somewhere away from the norms of your daily functioning, daily activities, and you're doing nothing other than what you choose to do. You have no obligations to do anything at all, right? That's, to me, is vacation. So when you come back, you are relaxed, you're refreshed, and you're ready to go again until it's time again for vacation. So I'm in need of a vacation. I'm in need of a vacation, you guys. And hopefully I'll get to take one because it's much needed, right? I graduated. Woohoo! Yes, I graduated with my doctorate in strategic leadership. And I'm like, yo, all this hard work and sacrifice definitely is paying off, and I am seeing the results. You know, what you put in is what you will get out. If you put the time, the effort, the energy, and whatever it may be, you shall see those results. If you want good results, then you're going to put in good effort. If you're going to put in minimum effort, you're still going to get results. So whatever you want those results to be, that's what you're going to see and what you're going to get out of it. So it was a, challenging. I don't want to use the word difficult, but it definitely was challenging to actually go through that particular time. Okay, babe, see you later. To go through that particular time and space where you're able to go a little bit deeper. You're able to see things within yourself and things within the world that you did not see before. So your understanding, your knowledge, the way, again, that you are seeing life as it is changes when you go through these types of processes and types of studies. That's why I think it's very important that even if you decide not to go to a higher institution of education, that you still stay in a position to educate yourself. And that must mean that you're going to have to, leave out of your place that you grew up in, the place that of your norm, right? That you go out and see different things, even if you're only used to seeing a certain part of your city, right? That you go out and you could experience what that looks like. It would not surprise me that, for example, that people that live within DC, born there, raised there, and haven't been to the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. That would not surprise me. It would not surprise me, right, that live in a place like Cleveland or whatever, and you didn't go, see, what is it? I'm trying to think of the little place where, what is it called? I think it's like where the movie was made at for, what is it? The Christmas Story or whatever. Things like that, but it's just the fact that like you have to experience life. And when you get experience, it helps you bring clarity and understanding to some things, and it opens up your things, right? We don't become so judgmental of one another. We don't become standoffish towards one another, but we become more curious towards one another. We respect one another, views and opinions when we open up ourselves to learn more about other than what we seem to think that we know. So even the way I think now is going to change over time. It's going to change. So I have to be okay with, you know what? Yeah, I thought like that, but now I don't, because there's a lot of things that I thought of, and I thought that I knew when I was in my 20s, right? And I don't think like that anymore. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. No, I'm kidding. So, and probably other people too that know me, right? This is like, oh my gosh, like she's not the same person. Yeah, I don't think like that anymore. So, and you're not gonna find me doing the same, stuff. Now, what you probably are gonna find me doing, there's some things that I just have not let go of, and that is discipline. I have not let that go. I have not let go of perseverance. And I have not let go doing the right thing when it seems as doing the wrong thing. It just seems so easy, but it's really not. So yeah, those things I have not let go. So yeah, but just wanted to talk about that because we're coming back, and I know we left off on talking about parenting, being a helicopter parent, and then also talking to young adults, and actually what does that mean when you are saying that you are an adult, and moving into that phase. Are you really an adult? Are you not an adult? Are you independent? Are you codependent? What does that look like? And we left off from there. And we were in a season, we're coming up in a time frame where people are going back to school, and in college, or they just graduated from college, because we just had a time of graduations for the summer period, and it's like, okay, what am I going to do now, right? And so that's where I was stemming from the last episode of like, are you adulting, right? Are you out here making decisions about your life? And when we make these decisions about our life, right, for those moments it may seem like the best decision, right? And that's okay, because you're going to learn as you continue to go throughout life what those decisions mean. What is the impact of those decisions that you're making? Even at my age, I'm still going through learning about life, making decisions, making the best decision, right, for myself, my family, overall, even people, because when you're making a decision about what you're going to do or not going to do, it does affect those that are around you. I was a part of an organization, and I was leading this particular group, and the tenure had ended, and I could have did it again. I mean, I was pretty darn good, at what I was doing. But then I had to ask myself, would I be doing it again because I can do it again? Would I be doing it again because certain people want me to and other people don't want to do it? But should I do it? Right? Should I do it? Would it be beneficial for the group as a whole to do it? Or should people be learning and growing, and then making sure that people are really stepping into their place in their season? So when we don't leave a place, it causes stagnation for everybody collectively. When we do not leave a place, it causes stagnation for everybody. And so making a decision to leave, go, move forward in this way, move forward in that way, it affects everybody. It affects everybody as a whole. So we just have to be mindful, right, of the decisions that we're making and know our why behind what we're doing. So, like I said, I'm just talking. I don't know how we get into where we're getting to, but it's just good. It's just good to just, share, my thoughts or whatever. But I did want to go into more of, us being parents and looking at this generation that we have been given the responsibility to raise, that will be the generation that will lead us in our country, in our nation. And so what does that look like? So if we, before we talked about, this name that's been given to us, which is, being the helicopter parent, being more involved in our children's lives than any other history of parents have been in, so to speak, right? To the point where, centuries ago, when you were involved as a parent, you were preparing them for a trade or to take care of the home and to raise children. And it's as though we're still doing the same thing, but we're not allowing them to make decisions. We are continuously intervening on the decision that they need to make. And us not making them for them, because they need to understand the decisions that they make, there's consequences behind them. Now, we're not talking about negative consequences. We're talking about, positive ones as well. But there's always going to be a consequence, right, behind the decisions that we're making, the cause and effect of what's taking place. So if I'm gonna, make a decision, something simple as, if your child is 12, whatever, and they're getting invites to birthday parties or even outings, and they're on the same day, they're from different people, which is not part of the same group. That needs to be their decision to make. First of all, the only decision that we as parents should be making is whether or not they can go. Okay, you can go to both of them. Which one do you want to go to, right? It's not for us to make that decision for them. When it comes to, their clothing, oh, that was a hard one for me. And I'm not talking about, them wearing bikini tops to school when that's what they should not be doing. I'm not referencing that, but I am talking about allowing them to express themselves in a certain way, like, okay, I want to wear this color or whatnot. I mean, if you're still buying the clothes, there's a balance there, right? Because there is some, I believe, decorum when it comes to dressing at age appropriately, right? I'm not speaking of that, but I'm just talking about like taking their clothes out for them, ironing their clothes for them, even them washing and folding their own clothes. There comes a point where they're going to have to learn how to do these things for themselves. I was in shock. I was in shock when I was in basic training and there were people that did not know how to make up a bed, that did not know how to do laundry, and did not know how to properly fold their clothes. I was in shock. I was in shock. How could this be? Right? I just didn't understand it. Like, these things were just common to me. They were common to me. And I just didn't understand how they could not know how to do these things. Then I met a coworker who basically said, oh yeah, my kids don't have to do that because I love doing it. What are you talking about? You can love doing it, but when are they going to do it? Like, so they never do their own laundry? And they're 20 now? They're in high school? You're still ironing their clothes? Oh, that's just my place. I just love doing it and I just relaxes me. Ma'am, I'm gonna need you to go in there in your closet and just re-iron some clothes then. I don't know what we speak of here. So oh my God. I was just like, huh? Because again, when you're raised a certain way, right? You just think that that's just the norm. And then you get out here in life and you realize, no, that's not the norm. It just definitely is not the norm. But yeah, you get the point that I'm saying, that you have to allow them to grow and to prepare them for a life to be on their own, to make these decisions that need to be made. Because why? We are raising a generation that will be our next leaders. If we are wondering now why our leaders are the way they are, could it be from the parenting, right, of what we were taught? And then, of course, us people are not willing to learn, change, and grow. Comes from a lot of things. But initially, we want to be instilling integrity, right? We want to be instilling the best thing that we can do for the next generation is to help them build character. The next best thing we can do, not the next best thing, my apologies. The best thing we can do is to help them build their character. To build their character. Their character is what's going to speak before they enter their room. Their character is what's going to speak when people have not met them for the first time. Not for the first time, but it's going to speak before they even encounter them. It's going to speak when they leave the room. It's going to speak based upon their actions. It's going to speak based upon what they are saying and what people are seeing them do. So if the two do not coincide with one another, then your character is flawed. You know how when someone speaks about an individual and they're trying to describe that person to you, whatever, and initially, first they start off with just their outer appearance, right? They're trying to describe them that way. And then as they begin to go a little bit deeper, it starts to talk about their actions and their behavior. They're talking about their character. Or if someone comes to tell you something that someone did and you know this person as well, and you're trying to relate what they're saying based upon what you know them to be, right? Because you're talking about their character. Your character is what's going to last. Your character is what's going to remain. That will be embedded and printed into people's minds once you have left that space. Once you hang up the phone, once you turn the video off, once you leave the room. It's your character that is going to last. And so if we're not preparing the next generation, not prepare them to lie, to steal, to cheat, to get it, to do anything to get ahead, be disrespectful, don't be lazy, don't want to work hard for nothing, because we want to give them everything. We want to make it easy for them because we don't want them to have to go through what we had to go through. How are you helping them build their character? Basically, you're saying that life is easy. No, it's not. No, life is not easy. Life is very challenging. It's very challenging out here in these streets. And if we go in making it seem as though it is easy, we have set them up for failure. We have taught them how to shrink back, how to be lazy, because there's barriers in the way. They're encountering certain situations. And so they just throw up their hands and they give up. We got too many quitters out here. We got too many quitters out here in these streets. We need more people that's going to stand up for justice, that's going to stand up for righteousness, that's going to stand up for truth and not let it fall in the streets, but keep truth alive. Keep integrity alive. Keep honor alive. Keep respect alive. We need people out here in the streets like that. Not people that's tossed to and fro, that goes wherever the wind blows. The people that's going to stand up for what's right. Not, I'm with them, because of this, whatever. But what's right? Was it right? So are we raising a generation that has no backbone? Are we raising a generation that can stand tall and strong and be a voice for the voiceless? Be a voice for the community. Be a voice for their region. Be a voice for their nation. This is the generation that we should be raising. When we don't allow them to fall, we are doing them a disjustice. We're doing them a disjustice. And so I encourage you as a parent, maybe even as a mentor, maybe, as an aunt, an uncle, grandmother, whatever role that you're playing as a teacher for this next generation, is that we build up their character. We build up men and women, and not little boys and not little girls who continue to depend on their mommies and their daddies, their grandmoms and their pops. But we build a generation that can empower generations that's before them and even after them. Because this generation has more knowledge and information than they've ever had. And they even have more opportunities. You've done well by them. You fed them, you clothed them, you protected them, you loved them, and gave them safety. You don't owe them anything else. You don't owe them anything else. When they began to transition out of your home, your parenting style should be transitioning as well. I'm transitioning from telling you what to do to advising. Our governmental officials have advisors. Big organization leaders have advisors. No one's telling them what to do. They know the rules and the guidelines and the regulations, but you need someone there to advise, to bounce things off of. That's where you're making that relationship open enough for that type of communication. But you're not there to tell them what to do. It causes more frustration, causes more harm than good. Allow them to grow. Allow them to go on this journey that's been set out for them. Don't be a blocker. Don't be a hater. Don't be gaslighting. Allow them to take the course. You took it. You took the course. You took 101. Life journey. LF. You took it. Let them take it. You can't take it for them. And they'll pass. And if they don't pass it the first time, guess what? They're going to have to take it again. And they'll keep taking it until they pass it. Until they pass it. And they can move on to 111, right? So allow them the opportunity to do that. Give them the gift of building their character and allow them the opportunity to go into the classroom of life. You can no longer shield them and protect them from everything. Oh, Renee, you don't know, you don't understand, you haven't been there yet, whatever the case may be. I have. And now I'm going to get to experience, doing it with the one that I actually pushed out my womb. They're like, oh, it's different when it's really your child and blah, blah, blah. It could be. But based on my makeup, it won't be. It won't be. Because I told the child, I've told them that this is what it is. This is what it is. You are entering into a place where mommy, father will not be putting out. When you ask a question, I'm not telling you, I'm going to ask you, well, what do you think? Okay, if you do that, how is that going to look? What's going to be the cause of that? You want a certain quality of life? Ma'am, you're going to have to work for it. I work for mine, and you're going to have to work for yours. Little trips. You want to go on trips now? You're going to have to save for that trip. You're going to have to save for it. Yep, because mommy and father's not doing it. Just the other day, this is really funny to me, and we're going to get out of here. But just the other day, she went and got her TSA, the pre-check. And it was like, she was really freaked out when she didn't travel with us and she didn't have it. And then I said, well, you're of age now, and we're not going to be traveling with you as much, so you probably want to get one. I can't believe I had to take off my shoes and you told me I had TSA pre-check and blase. I said, and if you want this quality of life, you're going to have to pay for it. So here's my gift to you. Afterwards, you're on your own. Because you haven't made it there yet, so okay. You're on your own after this one. I got you. It's good for 5 years, boo. If it's that important to you, you're going to keep up with it. So it's those type of things, those type of situations. Or they wanted to go somewhere for their birthday. And I'm like, yeah, no, we're not doing that. And so they came back with airplane ride, the bus ride. It went there real quick. So you're gonna have to do what you can afford. Oh, I love her. But no, so let's get out of here. We are at time. Kind of went on a little tangent there at the end, but hey, it is what it is. I'm allowing you to do life's journey with me, and I hope that you will share with me. So hey, put in the comments. You got questions. Hopefully I can answer them, but put them in there and we'll talk about it. There's particular topics that you want to chop it up about. Let's chop it up. Oh, look at that sun is coming out, right? Because on my forehead, put my visor on. But anyway, yeah, so enjoy your day, people. Enjoy parenting. Enjoy the time that you have. I think it was said to me one time in a meeting, you have 18 summers. 18 summers. And those 18 summers is before they really start going off on their own and maybe possibly spending time with their friends or, whatever they booze or whoever the case may be. But you have 18 summers. 18 summers with your peoples. And so make it count. Build their character, right? And allow them to do life's journey when it's time for them to enroll in that class, in that college course, that higher education course, right? All right, I love y'all. Until next time, just know that leading is teachable as we're out here living our lives. Peace. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it.